walked in. Who gets greeted first? We're out of here. They got their menus. I think they even ordered. I blame my company. So I just told Danielle my tale. Maybe this place will work out. This is a cauliflower. This is a CBD pizza. Not cauliflower.
You're recording and I'm recording you.
I know. My infamous fake veggie white delight sandwich. I got a multi-grain English muffin, half a slice of cheese, an egg white and an egg, veggie sausage. How
when you're free to.
How cute was that? I am so glad we revisited that together, people. I guess I didn't really explain into detail, but you got to at least see me in the moment where I was all pissed off. And I totally thought that, because like I had mentioned, there was like 3 or 4 times before that Danielle and I kept getting really bad service there. So I thought that was there with Danielle, but I wasn't. And first of all, hello to the people on Twitter and YouTube. I just added you to the stream. We've been hanging out for a while. So, you know, if you want to see all that, you got to go to my Twitch. Anyways, so I forgot that night we went and met up with my friend Keith. We went and saw this band that Doyle from the Misfits was in. He was so rude to me, and even more so to Danielle. And after that, I told Keith, I don't ever care to be around Doyle ever again. And I stand to that. As far as I'm concerned, he sucks. So not only did that night I had the bad experience with the rainbow where I ended up boycotting it, but then I had that bad experience with that nerd. Anyways, I don't want to get into the details, but whatever. Oh, here comes Leo with the, if you haven't seen my Twitch streams before, this is nothing new. He comes up with new sayings, so let's go ahead and read it. Hi, Shelly Martinez. You look amazing and sexy today. Also, that ass is so amazing that it should replace the Easter Island statue to show off them Cake Island statues. All right, I'll take it. Doyle is permanently a member of the douchebag report. I forgot about the douchebag report. That was good. Guys, I've been at this for a long time. But here's the thing. As mentioned earlier, I just started a few months back really getting back into doing Snapchat. I was really upset with Snapchat because, long story short as I can make it, they took my account away because I had something linked to my secret society site, and it popped up as like being adult material, so they canceled my account. And then it happened again. It was really annoying, especially because I was seeing people promoting OnlyFans and stuff like that. So I got mad at Snapchat and I was like, forget it, I'm doing Instagram. Then I've been doing Instagram for a while, and then I just missed Snapchat, and I was doing it, offering it again for my secret society members because I do a special private feed for them, a little behind the scenes of photo shoots and things like that, video shoots. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start posting to because people kept following me that weren't to my secret society. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start posting to my main feed again. And like what I post on Instagram, I'll just post over here. And vice versa. If I post something on there, I'll just post it on Instagram. Double the work. But I do understand that I have not just fan bases on each one, like maybe some people aren't on Snapchat and some people aren't on Instagram, but also my friends, people I've worked with that I do want to keep in touch with. So I'm back on the Snap, but revisiting that video with you guys really inspired me to go back to that format. It is a lot of work because I had to put all the little graphics together and the swipe ups and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot, but it made for a really cute video. And so I'm trying to do over here, just give you guys cute content. Some cute content. And if you're secret society, you get the sexy content. That's all. I'm just trying to be cute or sexy. Or sometimes you blend the both. Do the blend. Whatever. So there you have it. I'm so glad that we watched that today. I didn't even plan on watching that with you guys. It just kind of all went with that rainbow theme. And kind of going, yes, shirts! And kind of going back to, I've just been at this for a long time. I've been vlogging. I remember back in the day when I was doing indie wrestling still, I would bring my camera in to do my vlog, especially my Save Wrestling vlog. And yeah, like people would be like, Shelly's not being kayfabe right now. Like, tell her she can't be recording. And now those same fools are out there with their podcasts and their video casts and their YouTubes. And you know what the kicker is? The kicker, these haters that used to like try to bury me for breaking kayfabe and all this with my stuff, my content creating. Those fools, man. Their numbers are way better than mine. They make way more money than me off of social media. That's just how it goes sometimes, This is just how it goes. Sometimes. Just sometimes. You know what? Let's watch a Save Wrestling video together. Let's see. Let me go through here and then go ahead and drop your comments. And I'm going to look for the video, then I'm going to go to your comments. So go ahead if you have a question or a comment, write them now because I'm not going to scroll all the way up. Let's see here. I want to find a good one. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about this because there's a good story behind it. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. But it's off of my YouTube channel, so I shouldn't get in trouble, but you just never know. Don't get mad at me, Twitch. Don't get mad at me, YouTube. Okay. They're working construction next door, so sorry about that. All right. Enjoy, you guys. I know I will.
obscure. You know that the fog is here, omnipresent, when the intents remain obscure forevermore. We've assumed fog weaver. Hide us in shadows, unfathomable water space, a secular. You know that the sun is near, omnipotent, when she sees eye to eye with speed. You know that the sun is near, omnipotent, when youth and innocence disappear, forever lost. We've missed fog weaver. Hide us in shadows, unfathomable water space, a singular. His divinity, omniscient, seeing the world revolve with spite. The surge of humanity, oblivious to the divine, will bring it light. Let there be night. We've missed fog weaver.
All right. What you guys think about that? Hit me up in the comments. If you're on Twitter, I can't see you, but I can't see you, but you see me. So you got to hop on Twitch or on the YouTubes. Links are in my bio. What do you guys think of that match? Highlights. It's a real cool story that goes with that. Oh, that's interesting. Give us the details. Give us the cheese champagne can. Classic wrestling was okay. All right, fair enough. I liked it. First of all, I put the video together. I used Ghost, Secular Haze. So creatively, I'm very proud of that video because of the music and how I try to make it look carny, like carnival, kind of throwback to the old school of we're just a bunch of carnies trying to put on a good show for all you folk out there, you rubes. But what's interesting is in that match, I was completely injured. going into the match, I had hurt myself the night before. My rib, it was a rib injury, which was, I don't know if you guys have had rib injuries before. It was very, very painful and it sucked. But I pulled it through. I had that match. You guys saw the highlights. There was times when we went out into the crowd. I always love getting the crowd involved. So working LaFisto was one of my dreams. She was one of my dream matches. It sucked that I was injured and I wasn't 100%, but the adrenaline and everything, I didn't feel my injury until like kind of way after the match was over. And LaFisto did not tell me this. So I'm going by gossip, okay? I was told by multiple people that she was told to stretch me out because the night before when I got injured, the reason why I got injured in the ring is because I wrestled drunk. People that in the back, this is what I was told by multiple people who don't hang out with each other, so that's why I believe it. 3 different sources that were there at the show told me that they thought that she was effing me up out there, especially with my injury. But joke's on them, because she wasn't stiff with me at all. She was an artiste, and it looked like she was beating the crap out of me, and she wasn't. And when she had me in that hold, even though my rib was so injured, because of that adrenaline, I didn't feel it. I was feeling the energy of the crowd. I was living, even though, like at that moment, I wasn't thinking, "Oh, I'm injured," but yay, I get to wrestle LaFisto. I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm wrestling LaFisto. This crowd is hot. Yes, bitch, we got them. We got them. We got them. We got the crowd, girl. Oh, we got them." So my pain was not an issue at that moment. LaFisto was super cool with me. I even told her going into the match, when we were going over it, how I got injured, why I got drunk. And I felt really, really, really guilty about it. So much so, you guys, that to this day, I think about it. Sometimes I'm okay with it. It happened, whatever. But most of the time, I'm not. And I try not to beat myself up because it was so long ago. But I can't believe that that happened. So why did I get drunk? Well, prior to the show, I had this private conversation that will always remain private with the honky tonk man. And pretty much things that were talked about validated that the people within the wrestling business that were trying to pin me as being a troublemaker, crazy, and not the good way, because all of the wrestlers were all crazy. But like, oh, Shelly, she's crazy. Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Like those people, there was a lot of those people, and so it's made me start to feel like maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am a trouble starter. Like these are successful people in the business, and that's what they're saying about me. And so I was in a really weird place, and I was keeping it all in internally. And Honky Tonk knew nothing about any of this. And he was just sharing with me like some truths and some wisdom being a vet. And what he had to say and how he was feeling about certain things aligned with why I was getting in trouble. And then I was reminded there's some people who do not like Honky Tonk Man. Now I know why, because we're like-minded and we see things a certain way, and it is what it is, but whatever. And so that's why you see me kiss his ass online, because that conversation validated that I'm not crazy. I do know what I'm talking about. And then those fools were trying to make me feel like I was crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about. And so I got triggered. It was deep, real deep. So many different emotions on so many different levels from at the top, WWE, all the way down to independent companies and people I dealt with, and everyone in between. And I didn't have much to eat. I drank a lot of wine. I remember showing up to the show and I was like, I hadn't seen my friend in a really long time. And at the time, he was dating the girl I wrestled, Maria Manic, which I love that girl. I feel so bad I gave her that match. She was newer into the scene. And so he was like, take care of her, blah, blah, blah. So as a vet, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be taking care of this rookie in the ring and giving her guidance in the ring. But I was drunk. So that's why it bothers me so much. It's not just about, oh, I had a bad moment and it sucked. As a wrestler, paying forward the business because I had done things. I've been in WWE, I've been in TNA, I've been in Mexico. Like, I did things. I'm supposed to be helping guiding these women. And Maria, I thought from the beginning when I met her, I liked her. I liked her a lot. Still do. I don't know her well, like, but I liked her. And so here was my chance to really be there for a gal that maybe could relate to me in a lot of different ways in the world of wrestling and how crazy it can be, especially for us gals. And I fumbled. And not only did I fumble, I fumbled in front of everybody. I was so effed up. And what's cool though is fast forward, when it was my last match I had, which before well, my retirement match was in Germany, and I chose that because they were always really good to me there, and so I was like, that's a good place to like end it. I feel so. I wanted it to be SoCal, but SoCal has not been so kind to me in my wrestling career, which is dumb because I love Cali, California girl for life, and these people are just weird to me. They're weird to me. I don't know why. That's their business, whatever. So I would have loved in a perfect world to have had my last match in California. I think that would have been like the full circle, man. That start in Cali, finish it in Cali, whatever. So anyway, um, it was just one of those things where like when I had had all this guilt, because it had been some time from that last match to or from that match where I was drunk to that last match. And I kind of filtered through a lot of my feelings about it and everything. Forgave myself a bunch. So I was at this table and it was the night before the show. And there was wrestlers there, there's some referees there. And I brought it up, how it bothered me. And I talked about how like I could have killed myself or Maria. So irresponsible. So irresponsible. Like, and then that goes to, I go from guilt to shame. Like, what the F was I thinking? I wasn't. And it was things like that that would be an indicator like I shouldn't be in wrestling anymore. If this is what it's doing to me right now, I don't think I should be doing this. And it sucked because a lot of people, instead of being like, hey, Shelly, what happened? Like, what's up? Like, why did you like, they are were just gossiping, trying to get Lufisto to beat me up. Like, I apologize so much to the promoter, like, Steve Perkins, I still to this day, because I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I'm just like, whenever he posts something, I always think about it, and I'm like, "Steve Perkins, I did him dirty. I didn't mean to," because he was always really good with me. He always, like he got me solid bookings, great shows, good matches, um, you know, so good to me, and land of people that aren't, like, you know? Anyways, everything happens for a reason, whatever. So I was sharing that story and they were all resonating with it in Germany. And it's so funny. I wish I had it right now. I'll have to post it later if I remember. I'll post it on my Instagram story and my Snapchat story. Um, he gave me this, I think he was referee, a action figure of Honky Tonk Man because of the story I told. And to this day, I have it. It's up in my cupboard. And when I was doing my face painting for a little bit, Shelly de la Muerte, um, somebody in Vegas made a really cute doll of me. So my doll and Honky Tonk Man. And then when I lived at my old place before here, I used to have him in my garden. So he would be in the garden where this little tiny palm tree was. So like Honky Tonk Man was always there. So there's that. Just reading your comments here. Hello, everyone that's entered the chat. No one gave me champagne that day. Central Cali, great in the SoCal. Central Cali's beautiful. You know, Ken, I have forgiven myself over and over, but like, I feel like I owe it to Maria. I feel I owe it to Steve Perkins. But like, I don't do wrestling anymore. So like, it's like, it feels like an unfinished business kind of vibe. And I don't like that. I feel bad. And I guarantee you, neither of them think about it. So that's why, like you said, I have to forgive myself. I have to let go. But I care. That's why I care. If I was brand new on the scene and I was wrestling this girl I was trusting my body with because she's a vet and she was drunk, I wouldn't feel really good. And Maria has been nice to me since then. That friend that she was dating, I'm not friends with him anymore, so I don't know how he feels about it, but I keep in touch with Maria, and sometimes I bring it up. She's like, "Girl, it's fine." I'm just like, "No, it's not." Ah. Anyway, oh, I love hearing that Maria's in a better frame of mind. That makes me so happy. It's raining your triggers are harsh, but I was at work, so I should have waited to get that drunk until after work. I could have been a hot mess after and not injured my rib. But now that I'm here watching those highlights with you guys, it's like it reminds me of who I am. And when I dig deep, that's me. That's me, you know? And the last 4 or 5 years or so, it's like been rough for me. I've been going through a lot with my health, which has really been weighing on me. Different changes in my life that I had to make. Um, it all started when I decided to retire. And, and don't correct me when I say this, okay? Just let me say this. I don't want to hear it in the comments. I got fat. I've been trying to work on that. But I really started to get fat after I decided to retire from wrestling because it it was like a breakup. Like I knew it was time to move on and I was still in love, but I had to move on. I had to break up because I've I've outgrown the relationship. That's what it was. And Then I got health issues, so then it made it harder for me to get back into shape. And then my mental health went all over. And then freaking Ashley dies. And then freaking Shannon dies. Freaking Coates dies. But I haven't watched that clip with me and Mephisto in a long time. And I was just reminded, even though the night before I was a hot mess, in that video, that's Shelly Martinez, bitch. That's who I am. Life's kicked me around. I've had to make some gnarly changes in my life. I almost freaking died in November. So now it's time to take all of that experience and kind of like filter out all the negative energy or trauma energy and start to heal more so that I could take that experience and knowledge and be that Shelly we just watched who didn't even feel her rib hurting at all. And that was that was the second time I hurt my rib. Um, that was a really hard injury to recover from. Like, again, I don't know if any of you can relate, but you know, it was really, really hard. Um, the rib, it's just there along with your core, so you use it all the time. Even if you just kind of don't try to move your body, but then you like move an arm, let's say, or something, you still kind of feel it. Like, oh my God, forget about sneezing, and then forget about the fact that, I use cannabis to heal. So I had to try to medicate without coughing, which was really hard because I couldn't cough. It was hard, but that freaking match, when it came freaking down to it, that's who I am, and I needed to be reminded of that. And if you're a wrestler and you're watching this, like replay or on my timeline on Twitter, um, whether you can relate or not, tuck that in the back of your head because it's really easy to lose yourself in the wrestling. And then it's also easy to traumatizing almost to try to find yourself when you decide not to do it anymore. That's why a lot of people go back to it. Everyone has a different story, and sometimes people they need to go back to work and do their thing, take care of business. But some people they just keep going back because not so much as because that's all they know, but wrestling is really interesting. I've been a model longer than I've been a wrestler. I've been an actress longer than I've been a wrestler. I was in professional wrestling for 17 years. And there's a lot of similarities in those businesses, but there's nothing like wrestling. Like wrestling is its own entity of itself. And shout out to all hold on. Shout out to all the wrestlers out there who are still doing it. Living a hard life, not for everyone. Or sometimes for you for a little bit, but not for the long haul. And then some people find their vibe in it, and that's freaking awesome too. Like when they can find what works for them and it fits. Like I love seeing people, especially that's why like I don't watch wrestling period, but I definitely am very unfamiliar with AEW. I just know what I see on my timeline and little gossips and all this. But I love that when I'm watching TV and there's a commercial for it, and I see Rick Knox, the referee. I see Scorpio Sky. I freaking see Frankie Kazarian. Freaking Chris Daniels, Samoa Joe. Like, these are people who, when I started, they were here. Frankie was one of my first trainers. And, it's just like, and Rick Knox And Patrick Hernandez showed me when I first started wrestling how important the referee is. I think we've talked about it here before on the Twitch, but how important the referee is and how to use your referee. So I freaking love seeing these people being on TV, doing what they love. I think it's awesome. So like, I'm not knocking. I'm just saying like people can find their place. And for some people like me, their place is kind of like a short amount of time, kind of like as far as like the mainstream goes, and then maybe you do it for a little bit and then you decide it's not for you anymore. It's really hard. It's a really hard thing. So shout out to all the freaking wrestlers out there. It's a weird ass business. Good luck. Good luck. Well, wrestling helps improve our mental health, and when people go back, they do it because they love it. I am at the beginning to call out to me. Now I'm looking forward to getting in the ring soon. Oh, okay. I don't age. Hello, I'm a vampire. Duh. I like that. We get knocked down, but we get up again. Nothing is ever going to keep us down. You're the best. No, I'm donezo with wrestling. Oh, you know what we got to do? We got to get a little shot out. Man. He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad. All right, so I'm going to get out of here soon. I'm just kind of looking at your guys' comments here. Again, if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube and you want to know what the hell we're talking about over here, you got to watch the stream on Twitch. The replay ski, if you will, is on as soon as I'm off air here, and I do archive it. So you always have a chance to watch it when you're bored, taking a dump, or need to zone out on your cardio. I'm here for you, especially for those morning dumps. You know, you just got to work it out. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you guys for joining me. Next week, I'll be back 99% sure on Wednesday. So probably same bat time, definitely same bat channel. And until then, I'm Shelly from Kelly, and I'll be smelling all of you later. Adios.